I got on the rebel cappy, yes I do, and this is the government our founders warned us about. This is truly the government our founders warned us about. This is why our founders wanted us to have the Second Amendment, because if you don't have a Second Amendment, the government does not fear the citizens. This is the stuff that they will do. We as Americans have allowed this to happen. We have allowed them to silence us. We have allowed the government to be able to use their tactics against us, lock us up, have us charged with all type of crimes because they're the federal government, and then run us broke. Tell me right now why we as American citizens aren't demanding that if someone is charged by the U.S. Justice Department, they're not given a court-appointed attorney with the same money that is given to U.S. attorneys. See, if you had attorneys that had that kind of money and that kind of backing, a lot of stuff will stop. Yes, that kind of backing, a lot of stuff will stop. Yes, this is about money. People don't have the money to keep fighting back with the Department of Justice. People don't have that type of money to keep fighting and fighting. They don't have it. And it shows. They don't have that type of money. This is why so many sign plea bargains, because they don't have the money. And people say, well, Jamal, yes, they do. Listen, those people that usually take these court-appointed attorneys are horrible. Majority of them don't care. And they bring their politics. See, here's the thing that makes this really bad right now. Attorneys bring their politics. They bring their politics. So they decide whether or not the Sixth Amendment applies, whether or not you as a defendant should be entitled to a fair trial. So that's important. That's really important. Yes. People say, well, what do you want? The old sleazy lawyers? Yes. Give me them sleazy lawyers. Lawyers who will defend their clients. Because, we crack jokes and we have made comments, call these people sleazy and they're no good. They were actually being lawyers. They don't care what their client did. Their job was to focus on their client, not focus on the opinion of others. And yes, conservatives, I'm going to say it. Some stuff we bit ourselves in the hind part over. Yeah, some stuff we did. Black folk have been talking about, the criminal justice system kind of corrupt. It's and we just didn't want to believe it. A lot of stuff these activists were saying about the criminal justice system, we did not want to believe it. We didn't want to believe it, but we are seeing it's political. Merrick Garland, political. And they're coming after citizens. They happy they arrested 6 people in Michigan. People who opposed Joe Biden. People who was also chosen to be electors. And they argued, so they being arrested. And look what they're doing to President Trump. This guy, Joe Smith, whatever his, he hates Donald Trump. And now they're going to charge him for January 6th. The man said, patriotic and peacefully, go and let your voice be heard. When literally they had just got finished burning down Washington, D.C. in the George Floyd, fentanyl Floyd, crackhead George Floyd riots. The man who stuck a gun in a pregnant woman's stomach. The man who they lied and said, oh, he went on drugs, but then the toxicology actually came out during the trial and found out he had 3 times the lethal dose in his system. He was literally dying from fentanyl. That's why he couldn't breathe. That's why he kept wanting to get out and squirm around. His lungs were filling up. But nobody cared about that. The media, yes, the media is part of the problem. Like I said, we need to push common sense press control. Yes, I said it, common sense press control. America, things are to the point now to where if you ain't seeing this and not vocally open against it, you're part of the problem. America cannot make it. Sometimes, even the best marriages, and God hates divorce. Yeah. Yeah, God hates divorce. But we're a nation, and we're not married to each other. But sometimes you need to separate and then reconcile back to each other. Should America separate and then be reconciled to each other? Because that's what the scriptures say. Scriptures say you can separate. Don't. God hates divorce. You can separate, but you have to be reconciled back to your husband, ladies. And men, you have to be reconciled back to your wives. What happened to my wife? I got to go down this road. Well, my wife cheated on me. Didn't Israel cheat on God, but he says he's married to her? So, my husband, he used to be abusive. Yeah, that's true. Didn't Israel abuse God? That's why God hates divorce, because man has done nothing to man that man has not done to God. I guess that's why he said, let he who without sin cast the stones. Because what has man done to each other that they haven't done to him? Talk to you later.